right now.
Tell me about
One.
Concord, Massachusetts. The Old North Bridge was arguably the first offensive action taken against the British in the Revolutionary War. And Colonel James Barrett, my ancestor, was the senior officer at the Old North Bridge. He was not, strictly speaking, in charge, but he was the senior officer. So, we're not a British colony today because of my ancestors.
Yeah, I read the book of your ancestors. Remember, you gave me the book of your ancestors.
What's it? Does it have a title and everything?
No, it's like a genealogy graph chart. Remember that, Ben? Yeah.
So what happened? So they were on their way.
They were on their way. The British were on their way to Barrett family farm because there were munitions.
Munitions, right. That's where the Revolutionary Army up in the north in Boston was storing their munitions, was at the Barrett family farmhouse.
So they were after the munitions.
Yeah.
And fired the shot for around the world.
Wow.
Right? And my father wrote the book on the centennial celebration of that.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we had the 1976, when we did that year? Yeah, the bicentennial thing.
Yeah.
Ben, I've told Marge that I want y'all to talk as long as possible. I want the judge to get so tired of having to watch you be competent that she just says, when are we going to be over? I've made my decision. So you talk competently.
I'm just here to help evaluate your competency. I'm a social worker and a mental health counselor, but I'm retired now. I'm retired and just do volunteer work and stuff now. But I'm for many years, a social worker and mental health counselor.
She is going to fill out two affidavits. One is an expert witness for 38 years of mental health, or 52 years of mental health counseling, because she did it up in New York before she came here. Connecticut. It was Connecticut.
Yeah, here's. This is my card.
Let me get it.
This is my card before
Henderson
I retired. I'm retired
Mental
now.
Health,
Yeah.
Marge Ketter, LMHC.
Licensed mental health counselor in the
licensed
state.
mental health counselor
in the state of Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
So just so you see it, that was where I was working before I retired. But I worked for 3 years in Connecticut. That's as close as I got to. Where was his home?
He's in
Concord, Massachusetts, right?
Concord.
Yeah.
Concord.
I worked in
Not Concord.
Concord.
Concord. Where the shot was
Heard around the world.
around the world.
I worked in Connecticut for 3 years in social work after college in the Midwest, but I went to Connecticut for 3 years, and then I came to Florida. So a lot of my work history is in Florida, for Broward County, and then for Henderson. Do you know about Henderson Mental Health? Have you heard about them?
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, and they're kind of different since I've been gone. I don't even think they have the program anymore that I worked in, but they were a big deal then, and so I'm retired now and just do help things to help people.
Now, Ben, I've got a question to ask you in front of Marge. Is it true or false that you told Steve and I on many occasions that Dan was going to move in with you and take care of you in your old age, and that you were going to leave the house to Dan? Is that true or false?
That's probably true.
Probably, or is it true?
true. I mean, who else am I going to leave the house to?
It's true. Right.
Yeah,
That's true.
I remember hearing that story from them. I think in the early years of that house that you lived in.
Yeah.
When I met Steve and all that.
Marge
That's-
drove up the driveway once to drop me off, and she saw Steve came out without his shirt on, and her heart started to palpitate.
Yeah, so I remember that time, and you guys told me somewhere around then that story. I remember hearing that these
Yeah.
two guys lived there, and the story was that the other guy would if
Ben died,
if
the
Ben
other guy
died or
would
something.
defend,
Yeah, I
so.
remember hearing them talk about that, but I don't was just a by the way thing I heard.
She heard me and Steve talk
Yeah.
about you and Dan.
Yeah. That's the only reference I have going back. Otherwise, I know Brian basically. I know Steve some too. I noticed you were yawning a lot. Do you have trouble with fatigue, or is it maybe you didn't sleep well last night or something?
Yes, if you caught me in the middle of a nap. What?
Oh, we caught you in the middle of a nap. I'm sorry.
R-A-O-K.
Are you okay?
You are A-OK.
Okay.
Yeah, say that over and over and
I am
over again.
okay. I am
Okay.
okay.
You were just yawning because we caught you in a nap.
I'm better than okay.
Yes.
Okay. But we caught you in a nap, is what you, which that's understandable. I just noticed you were yawning, and I didn't know if you were extra tired for some reason. That's all. But you were
He
catching
bores me, but
boredom is a good reason, and getting bothered in the middle of a nap is a good reason to be yawning. So I just was checking you out. That's all. But I just wanted you to see my card to know. But right now I'm just his friend, but he just wanted me to come and try to help you out, because is the story that somebody's trying to make you do something you don't want to do, or what?
Oh yeah, they're keeping him in here, and he wants to go home. Ben say, "I want to go home."
You want to go home?
Yeah.
Do you think you could handle that?
not without somebody living there with me.
That's right.
You would
And
want,
that person who has been there in the past for you will always be there in the future for you, and his name is
Dan.
Dan. What's his last name?
Mulcahy.
Mulcahy.
So you could live there, but not by yourself, is what you're saying. Okay.